Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a Neuvillette Listener by me. So let's get into it. Being the Chief Justice of Fontaine meant that Neuvillette had to keep his distance from almost everyone. To remain impartial, he must also practice that in his daily life. Or so he thought. Getting close to anyone, after all, must make things challenging in court. And he has already experienced that twice. And it was hurtful, both to him and the person that he was up against. He never wants to be in that position again, which is why he usually never got to the point where he had a relationship with someone, let alone experienced physical affection. It was something unusual for him, and something that he was not used to experiencing. Something that probably will take a very long time to get used to, and that is understandable. He knows this. He just doesn't really see why anyone else would have to put up with this. Nobody has to, and certainly not you. He thinks you're too good for him, and he knows it. He knows you're just so wonderful, and so kind, in a way he does not think he deserves. You give him grace when he does not even need it, and when he certainly does not deserve it. Perhaps he may be harsh on himself, but really, struggling with even the most basic of things was not something he wanted. And he certainly did not want you to put up with all of that, no matter how hard he was working on himself. So right now, as he looked at you, he fidgeted. And to anyone else, it would have been super funny to see the Eunuchs look so nervous. But you, however, knew that something was on his mind, and he was just hesitating and wondering how you could ask. So you waited patiently, giving him his much needed time, before realizing that he was not going to speak up anytime soon. So you went ahead and asked, "Nivi, is everything alright?" "Hmm? Oh, I am perfectly fine, thank you. I was just wondering about something." "Well, you could tell me if you need to. I'm right here, you know." He smiled. It was just hesitant about how to ask for this, or just how to approach the topic in general. It wasn't like he had a plan in mind, or anything in particular that he wanted to say. He was simply wondering, and he didn't know how to safely let you into his thoughts without seeming like an absolute loser. "I suppose you could say my mind has been quite occupied. I'm not really sure what to say about that. There is something that I need to tell you, but I also suppose I am hesitant." "And why is that, Nivi? You can tell me. I know you may be hesitating here, but I promise you can be honest with me. Sometimes you may think that you're about to say something wrong, and even if you are, it's my job to tell you when you're doing that. To reassure you, you know?"
I understand. I do. And I really value that. It's simply the fact that sometimes I really want to be with you, Ayan, and yet I find it difficult. Sometimes I yearn for your touch, and yet I just cannot accept it. I'm not sure why or how it feels so weird, but I feel like you deserve better than me, Ayan. That is the least that I could agree on with you.
Agree on? With me? You're saying it like I agree with that. Neuvillette, I have reason to think that you're spiraling, and I will not accept that. So how about you just calm down and tell me what's really wrong here? I'm not really sure why you're acting this way. And I wonder, did I do something wrong?"
No, it's not you, Ayan. You know that's not the case.
Then, then why don't you just tell me how I can fix it?" And then he fidgets, because he doesn't know how you can fix it. Even he himself does not know how to fix it, so how is he to ask that of you? He only wants to make sure that you're fine, and to help you in any way that he could. It was a difficult matter after all, to be with you and feel like he's inadequate, and to feel like you deserve someone much better. And you can tell that's how he's been for a while now. Alright, Neuvillette. Maybe it's because you're not used to being touched by anyone else. That could be it. I mean, did you really have any physical affection before I came along? And petting the Milesians does not count. He found himself frowning in deep thought, completely quiet for a little bit.
No, I suppose that is the case. Maybe I really have not had the opportunity to do anything for a while now. That experiencing all of this, I find it troublesome.
See? So I was right. Maybe you're just not used to all of this, and that's not something I could be mad at you for. You just need time, and I can at least give you that. Allow me to give you that, Neuvillette.
But why? I don't deserve that from you, Ayan. And frankly, you would be better with anyone else. Anyone who could attend to your needs.
But what if my needs are you, Neuvillette? Have you perhaps considered that? He goes quiet, blushing, yet such a way with words that even Monsieur Neuvillette here was blushing. And it was funny to see, but now was not the time. As you went up to him, opening your arms, and even though he hesitated, he went into them and smiled softly, closing his eyes. You can take all the time that you need, Neuvillette. I mean it. I'm here for you, and I love you. So, I want you to be able to feel comfortable with me. And that means being patient and waiting until you're ready. So for now, we're just gonna try this. Whatever makes you comfortable, I will do. Just tell me what you need, okay?
But what about you, Ayan?
Well, I'm just happy to see you happy. And I'm cuddling you right now. That's certainly something that I won't do. He blushed a little bit, then nodded.
Alright. If you say so, then I suppose we could give it an attempt.
I'm glad. I really want this to be something that you feel comfortable with, Neuvillette. That's all. And you will definitely try, if even just for you.